Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about how to use baits for takedowns. I think that is one of the most important concepts when talking about takedowns in capoeira. Today I have together with me Marcus Gringo, which is one of my students in my new online course, Takedowns and Fight Techniques. And not many people know, but capoeira is really based upon the art of counter-attacking. That's why betting is so important. So we have two different kinds to bait our partner. One is when we place our foot in front of our opponent, and the other is when we forget our foot in front of the opponent. I'm going to demonstrate it soon. But first, I want us to hear a little bit of Gringo's experience with the takedown course. I really wanted to asking him. I got here some questions ready, and the first I would like to ask you is maybe you can tell a little bit about your background and tell us what inspired you to start learning takedowns and fight techniques, and how has your journey been so far? It's not long ago that you started learning this course, right?
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. Well. Thanks for having me, Mandigero. Well, my name is Marcus Gringo. Uh, I've been into capoeira for the last I'm not sure, about 4 or 5 years. So I consider myself a complete beginner, actually. so well, about the just uh, real short about my journey. I'm from jujitsu originally, actually, and then came into capoeira these few years ago. My children brought me into it, and well, now I'm in. And well,
Where are you from and who do you train with?
I'm placed in Bonn, Germany, and I train with the Meo Kazua capoeira group. We're placed in Bonn, but our master she's Master Jana in Munich. So
Beautiful.
she comes over every once in a while. Um,
I got to play her once actually.
oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
But she's
I I remember. Um, I think you can find it some online somewhere. When
yes.
I tried to kick Martelo, and then she counter attacked me. Talking about counter attacks, right? So
Mm.
I tried to kick Martelo, and then she counter attacked me with Mielo de Compasso while my leg was still up in the air. I had to change sides. I was really impressed with her instinct of counter attacking.
Yeah, I mean, she does completely crazy things. Really, I mean, it's impressive every time you see her on the
So
workshops.
I was asking you what inspired you and how has your journey been so far? How long has it been since you entered this course?
So say again, the connection was interrupted for a second.
I was asking how long ago was it you start learning with the takedowns course?
It was a few weeks, so it was right after you had it online. A few days
Hmm.
after, I didn't have to think long. So I really thought I had to take this. The thing is that um, sometimes my impression is that in capoeira, the focus shifts away from the martial arts aspect towards the more the dance and flow aspect, which is completely fine. But if you don't forget the martial arts aspect, and I think this is really important. So for
Yeah,
me,
especially for someone like you that comes from jiu-jitsu background,
right,
you
right.
probably familiar and you probably like and love taking people down.
That's right. The thing is, it doesn't work the way I wanted to. So I really needed this, and
What
yeah,
has been
I'm
your
working on
experience with takedowns until you met this
it.
course?
Yeah, it's hard to the baiting. It's really hard to get the other player into a position where you want him or her to be. That's what I find really hard. So I try, and many times it just doesn't work, and you can see that there's a try for the takedown, but it's just I can't finish it
Yeah.
because the setup wasn't
Wha-
right.
Yeah. What's your favorite takedown?
Well, the Chisora actually.
Yeah. Um, so since you started learning with the course, how has your journey been so far for the last few weeks?
Well, I'm working on it, and I tried the entradas that you showed, which has helped me quite a lot. It's more structured because before that I don't know, I just entered whatever. It's just how I did. I just jumped in and tried to take the other one down. It wasn't the same. Now it's I have the impression that now I know what I'm doing. It's getting better.
So let me show you, talking about Chisora, I would like to show you and the audience something important related into baiting Chisora. So Chisora is actually a Mialogy Compasso, this kick right here, that was changed when the opponent tries to sweep your base leg. So let's say I'm kicking with my left leg and he tries to sweep my base leg. At this moment, I'm transforming my kick into a takedown by placing my leg on the ground and using my base leg towards his stomach. I'm going to show it again from another angle. So I'm kicking. I need to convince my partner that I'm kicking in for the sake of kicking. So I'm showing him, I'm performing as I'm going to kick. I bring my leg up in the air, and from here he's going to stand over here like so. All I have to do is place my foot on the ground and turn. That has worked for me many times. Another thing you can do, which is maybe a more simple version, instead of kicking Mialua, you simply place your foot in front of your opponent. Usually in a martial arts and a fighting situation, when you go forwards, the opponent goes backwards. And it's the same when you go backwards, the opponent will come forwards. So um, if I'm over here and I'm going backwards, but I leave my foot as if I forgot it. Now he's going to try and sweep me off. And at this moment, I can try and apply the Chizoa again. So there's three options: either kicking Mialua and then changing. Secondly, stepping, simply giving him this bait. Here, come on, take my leg. This is a present for you. And then switching it up. Or turning backwards. It can be from the ground, or you can simply go and step backwards. I'm exaggerating so it will be more clear for the viewers. And then coming back, which is another thing I would love to ask you is how do you manage to balance other commitments you have in your life, such as work and family, together with training at home, because training at home is super important for capoeirista's development, and not many of us get to do it, to dedicate some free time. I don't know how is it for you, and just tell me a little bit about your training routine.
Well, you hit a point there, really. Well, that's still one of the unsolved problems that I guess everybody has this. Um, Me being an anesthesiologist, which is not the 9 to 5 job, and with irregular working hours, night shifts, and all that on calls. I have to have to keep the routine up. So I try to go to the group at least once a week, um, and well, the only time space that's left is some time at night, and I think a few minutes are more than nothing. Just practicing a few things like a few kicks or the the takedowns with the solo training, as you showed. Um, yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
it sounds like your work situation is pretty challenging. Maybe I would say hectic. I don't know if that's the right word because you work at different times. And my advice to you or people who are in that situation is micro training, as you said, just choosing a small piece of movement to train upon. Let's say now I've showed you three different Chisora entrance. So simply choosing one of them and drilling them for I don't know how much time do you have, but I would suggest to start with 10 to 20 repetitions. This should take about 5 minutes tops, and accumulating day by day, it will have a great impact. I think training one entrance for, let's say, 20 times a day during 5 days a week will get you a lot of repetitions. So it will be valuable. Um, which of the techniques in the course you find most interesting or challenging, or which one have you been working to improve?
well. I try to improve my entrada for the Chisora, not the flying one, but the very basic entrance. Um, because I still find it hard to get the right distance when you come in and when you try to do the takedown, then most of the time or many times I'm too far away from the other player, so I can't throw him. I I hit the floor myself, but yeah,
Your
when he doesn't.
connection fell down, so your
Okay,
connection
sorry.
fell down. So if you can repeat what you were saying,
Okay, yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, the Chisora I find well most useful
it's
to
off
practice.
again.
Okay,
Anyways,
it's better now. Can you
okay, let
hear?
me show the viewers something in the meanwhile while your internet connection is hopefully getting better. Um, the course we were talking about is this one over here. You're seeing my screen share right now.
Yes.
Cool. So this course it's built upon three chapters. The first chapter is about takedowns, and it includes the Chizo I'm going to show in a few seconds. The second chapter is about straight kicks, and the third one is about how to use your hands in order to apply and set up takedowns and straight kicks. Let me share with you the different videos we offer in the course. So I'm going to show right now how the course looks from inside. This is actually it for those of you who have never seen it. Chapter 1 is takedowns, as I've said. And here in the Chisora, we have one, two, three, four videos, three instructional videos. And the fourth one is a summary of all the techniques taught in these three videos. So we have the basic instructional videos about Izoa and how to bait it, all the smallest details you need to know in order to really be able to apply it in real time, and very importantly, how to escape Chizoa. And thirdly, this is more like a treat, a sweet treat, a flying Chizoa. It's a more advanced technique. Chizoa, we have actually four different ways to apply it, four different chizoas. Let me show you some what I'm talking about. So the regular one, as I did before, starts with entrada, then comes the back leg and the other leg. The second one is a chizoa when you twist and jump. This is called the flying chizoa. You have another two chizoas, which is chizoa de French. One goes upon one leg. There was a video of me that got a lot of views, so maybe some of you have seen it. From the Jenga, I lock his leg in between my legs and I keep turning in a hole movement. And the fourth one, which is pretty difficult, it's also Chisora de French, where you catch both of his legs. So from the back leg, I kick it behind towards his back knee, the back of his knee. Let's say my opponent is standing right here, and my other leg comes upon his stomach, like so. There's also a way to bait this takedown. I fake as I'm going for Melody French, and I want him to sweep my base leg. So I offer him my base leg when I first step. I step diagonally, and I show him my heel, my cleavage, and when I kick, he comes in with the banda. From here, I turn to Chisora. All of these takedowns I'm showing you right now, you can find examples of me executing them in the circle on my Instagram or different channels where I show my videos. Um, Gringo, do you have any questions or something you would like to clarify about takedowns, fighting techniques, capoeira, and generally?
Yeah,
Is
actually,
I'm
you
gonna
were
share on
just
the
talking
screen the
about it.
link, but go ahead.
Yeah, you were just talking about it, the Chisora Chi French. You show it in the course as a solo drill, um, but I was I was trying to do it. I find it quite hard to do. So the setup is not completely clear to me where you want your opponent to be
Yeah,
and
I'll
how you
show you
enter.
right now. Yeah. So there are two ways that I'm going to share in the course as well in more detail. Right now, I'm going to show you quickly so you'll get the idea. So if we Jenga together and he's in front of me, I want to catch him when he steps to paralela over here. When he moves his weight towards this leg, That way he cannot lift it off the ground when I grab it. So I need to take, it's pretty complicated. I need to take a small step over here. It's like this kind of motion. From here, mm, no, actually, I don't need to take the step. I just need to move my weight backwards, like so. Then I free up weight for my front leg, and then I can place it in the right place. I'm gonna find something to illustrate. So I'm gonna use this. Let's say this is parallel for both of us. From here, I'm gonna take my weight to the back leg, and then I can jump and place it next to his base leg, like so.
Okay.
This is in case we Jenga together. If we Jenga oppositely, then it might be a little bit easier. I take my back leg and I step it to the front, and I use the other leg to hook. So the first option was from the back. This is the more complicated one, but it's more often used because we Jenga together usually. And if we Jenga oppositely, it's easier. I just go 1 and 2. And the timing, as I said, when he steps into the parallel, he's about to move this leg to the back. That's when he's immobile with this leg. So I take advantage of that. Thank you
Okay.
for the
Thank
question.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for coming up. We're going to have more uh, students coming up live. If you're interested, check out this course. You have the address on the screen right now. Thank you for joining us. Ashe.